Awesome. So in this session, we're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about some of your past trades that you've done, and we're going to talk about how to make a lot of money during when the market comes. Okay. And we're also going to talk about how do we take it to the next level, basically. Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about in this today's session, basically. You can see market is crashing right now. Should you buy? Should you not buy? When are you going to buy? And stuff like that. That's the purpose of this phone call today. Cool. So first of all, let me look at your portfolio that you have been doing right now. You can see a lot of these trades you've been doing. It's actually been doing quite well. You make 78% on mobile, Planet Lab 29%, Helen 26%, Under Armour still going through coffee, and ALK 26%. Tell me, why did you get into the first one, Will Scott Mobile? Why did you buy them?
That one's before is because, the strategy that we use,
Mm,
especially, the back testing.
okay.
So plus when I check, the market screener,
Mm.
the guidances.
Okay, the guidance has increased had decreased massively. Huh? So you've done that
Yeah,
using the
so
guidance strategy that we taught in the training. Okay, very good. What about Lab? You were longing that
it's
one? Mm.
most of these are all the same,
The
except
guidance
from
as well.
that.
So you just click on the
Yeah.
guidance straight away. Helen of Troy, it's the same.
That one is one of when one of the Tuesdays that you gave
Mm.
that one, but actually I saw it already and then I plot the guidance, so I put it in, and then that's the time you put it as well, on our Tuesday call, like the
Okay.
one that you need to check, for those apprentices.
Yes, awesome. Wow, I'm very proud of you. You can see you using the strategy and you are seeing some, you're seeing some progress and result. Well done, well done. Any other one? Let's scroll down. Let's go to some older trades or just like that. 17. Let's go down. See 17, all the 17. Yeah. Wow. So you have Alaska Air, you have CarMax, go down. You have Woo Speed, you have Oracle. Okay, stop here, stop here, stop here. Let's have a look. So Alaska Air, let's go to Alaska Air first. The first part. Why do you get into Alaska Air?
It's the same. The guidance is
Yeah, sometimes make a note on why you get into it. How much is the guidance? Do you remember?
I can't remember the guidance, but
That's fine. Okay.
once I plot it, most of the time I just
Hmm.
put it in. So
Well done. So you
but
make this one.
basically,
Hmm.
I have to
26.
back test them, if although sometimes it's a small um it's not the massive one, but
Hmm.
it's nearly, the last one I back tested it. It's near over there, where I mean, like it goes down too much, like 10%.
Hmm.
If the last one is about 15, then should I put the trade on because like it's just mostly the same that if the guidance saying like that,
Hmm.
so most likely it goes with the market as well. So
So what you did is you do two things. You back test it and then you look at the guidance. If it decreased big time, you just go into your platform, you just place those trade like that. Yeah.
yeah,
That's what you've been doing. Mm. Okay. Sometimes you put long, sometimes you put short. It's quite difficult to know why you buy and why you sell. Okay. Um,
Those shorts one is some of those are in our in the assignments that we do, every Tuesday,
okay.
just like the CarMax and the Warp
Okay.
Speed.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Oh, you found them. Okay. Oracle, Dell. Wow. You're the one who put it on. Yeah. We always ask people any small wins. You didn't talk about anything. So we never know whether the trade's gone well. Okay. It's good that we saw you doing well. And then we have iron. Go down more. Go down.
Yeah, it's Ironwood, but
Okay.
these three at the
Nice.
bottom,
Yeah.
it's just like
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's a long. Yeah, that's fine because market is going down right now. So your long is going to be temporarily negative. That's fine. Yeah.
yeah,
If the guidance
and
is strong
then
enough, it will come back. Yeah.
yeah, just like this Palantir one, isn't it? It goes down. So
Okay. Yeah.
basically,
Hmm.
that's one of the five that the baby, trades that I wanted to do when
Good.
the time
Yep.
comes.
Very good. Very good. Okay, you can scroll all the way up now. I'm going to share my screen now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen right now to show you how money is actually made. Okay. So as I told you that before, um, this is what happened. Okay. even the monkey can do really, really well in the stock market when the market is in the bull market. Okay, when the market is going up, even the monkey, they close their eyes, they buy some shares, luckily, they buy Tesco, Nvidia, whatever that is, Apple. If the market is going up, they're gonna make money. Okay. But the thing is, they're not gonna make money consistently because they make money today and eventually they will lose it all and they don't know what to do after. That's when someone don't have a mentorship. If someone don't have a mentorship, they just buy shares. They don't know what to do. They just buy shares like that. So, oh, my friend's asking me to buy Nvidia. My friend asked me to buy Bitcoin. Let me just go ahead and buy it. So that's when someone who don't have a mentorship, especially the apprenticeship mentorship, this is so powerful, especially on the elite one. Yeah, that's the same thing. So people just buy it like that. So that's the problem with that because there are strategies to it. There's a strategies to it because this is how we make a lot of money we we make a lot of money by when the market is at the bottom. I give you the buy low. Everyone knows where to buy low, but most people do not know where to buy low. But I mean, you know the strategies when to buy low. Tell me the three most important things. Just give me three. When is the low? First one is
Well, the fear and greed, if it's we're in
yes, when we are
extreme
in
fear,
extreme fear. That's very important. That's not the most important. What else?
I think you have mentioned about the morning star, which is the
Yes, the
market
morning
value.
star is the most important one. It has to be -10, all right? If it is -10, you can start putting your money in already. And the last one?
Is the
Yes,
volatility, isn't
the
it?
VIX, the volatility
Fix.
index, the put and call ratio. These two has to be at the resistance line, all right? So when that happened, we were going to be buying some really powerful stocks. What stocks were we going to be buying?
Technology
Okay, so we've been buying some really powerful stocks, okay, using the apprenticeship strategy, the six stocks that I told you, the one that you found. It can be Palantir, it can be Lab, it can be Affirm, it can be Nvidia, Taiwan Semiconductor, all of that, okay? The sixth one. We don't, most beginners, let me tell you what they do without the mentorship. They will go and buy the S&P 500. They will go and buy like QQQ. They go and buy like Tesco. They go and buy Apple and Tesla. They buy all of that stuff, and they're not gonna make a lot of money. They're like, my money is okay. I'm making some money, but they're not gonna make life-changing money. In the apprenticeship training, we want you to make life-changing money because that's the whole point of the mentorship. You have to make big money. So, because if you buy those big stocks, the Microsoft, the Google, the Apple, the Facebook, you're not going to change your life. It's going to be okay, I'm making money, but you're not going to change your life. You might as well not do it because of the time you spend doing that. So, and eventually when the market crash, you lose your money back. So why is the purpose you do it? So, but we choose some really powerful stocks here using our eight-step powerful trading strategy. We told you just now. It has to be high growth, more than 30% growth. EPS and revenue has to be like that. PE ratio has to be more than zero because you want to make sure it's profitable and all of that. Okay, that's what we're gonna buy buying. We call it a multi-bagger Raven strategy, multi-bagger high growth multi-bagger strategy. So you'll be buying that at the bottom. That's really important. You have to make sure it's at the bottom first. And then when you go up, they will make 10 times, 100 times more than if you bought any nonsense stock. Nonsense like you buy your index, you're gonna change your life. You're not gonna change your life. You're gonna wait for 40 years for index to change your life. You buy Bitcoin, you're still not going to change your life. You buy Bitcoin at 80, today is 80. It went up double. That's not big. If you buy some smaller ones though, like if that's gonna be even bigger. Like Solana, like Ethereum, you buy the smaller one, you can double your money even quicker and better. But anyway, so that's what happened. So this is at the when it's going up, but when it's at the top, when everyone asks you to buy Nvidia, everyone asks you to buy Bitcoin. This is where the Bitcoin and Nvidia will get crashed big time. These are high growth stocks, high growth one, the one that's very famous is going to go down more than anybody else. The Nvidia today was going down. It's going to go down more than anybody else. Okay. So during that stage, we don't do nothing. We just do something here. Here you can short stocks. Okay. We practice shorting stocks. We do like coffee, we do like cattle. Those are still an okay entry stock because Trump do want those two things to come down. He's having election coming, so he want those two things to come down. So that's it. So that's how we make a lot of money. We times like 60 here, and then you start, let's say you start with 1,000, you times 60, you have why 60? Okay, let's make it easier. Let's just times. Yeah, times 60 because six is one of the stock. If you buy iron, you buy Nvidia, you buy Palantir at the bottom, at the nice place, you times six, you use a little bit of leverage on each eToro. You can use leverage of 20, leverage of 10. So let's make it 60. 60. So 1000 times 60, or you start with 1000 times 60, you will have 60,000 pounds. 60,000 pounds, you times 60 again, you have 360,000 pounds like that, just in 2 years and less than 2 years time. And you times six again, you make more than £1 million. So that's how our students make their money. Or even what do you mean? Let me show you again. So let's say if you get to iron, you can get to iron, you get to Taiwan Semiconductor, you get to Nvidia, all of that. So let's say you start with 1K, okay? And then you wait for the bottom. When I ask you to buy, we book our one-to-one. Yes, we're still gonna book our one-to-one later on when all the criteria happen. And then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna times six, times five. Even let's say times three, make it easier. Times three, that's very, very low amount. That means why times three? Because iron went up 6 times. Palantir went up 3 times. Nvidia went up 2 times. Cradle went up 4 times. All of that. So you times three. And then because you use some leverage, you times 30 here. So you make 30K like that. And then this is around 6 months time usually. And then you do another 6 months of that. 6 months can be 9 months, can be 12 months, but let's make it easier. You times 30 again, 30 times 30K, you make 339
90,
90.
90.
How much is this? You can't be 90K. 900?
No, it's 900.
That's too much. Let's look. 30,000 pounds times 30. Wow, it's 900. That's bit.
900, yeah.
So 1 times 30 is 30K. So 6 months later, 30 times 30 is 900. Huh. Wow. Let's say the second time. Oops. Let's do it one more time. Yeah. So you start with 1K, okay, and then you times 30 of your money. So you get 30K. In 6 months, there's a small amount initially when you first started because you start with £1,000 only. If you start with more, you're gonna get more. And then you times this is times 30. Why times 30? Three is the how much Credo
Interest, yeah.
technology has went up 3 times times 10. 10 is the leverage. So and then later on later on, maybe you don't times so much anymore. You don't times so much leverage. Maybe you just use like two leverage. So you times three again. So times six. Six times three. 180K. Just like that. Yeah. 180K. Just like that using the strategy. So this is just 6 months, 6 months. So usually it can be 2 years. It can be like less than 2 years like that. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened. If you use the correct strategy. Most people, what they do, they start with £1,000. They put it on index. They wait for 1 year. And 1 year they give 10%, they make £1,100, wasting everybody else's time. Yeah, we don't do that. On the mentorship training, we don't do that. We do this real money, real trade. Lots of our students make great profits just doing that. Yeah. So you can see our testimonies on our channel and stuff like that. Cool. So that's literally it. That's literally what happened. So you talk about let's see. So this is what happened. When do you think the market is gonna bottom? Okay. So for students who just joined, they haven't get into any trades yet. So that's what happened. So we want the market to bottom. Bitcoin and Meta, Bitcoin especially is a leading indicator. If you want to know what happened to stocks, you actually just have to look at Bitcoin. Huh? Yes, let me show you. Look, Bitcoin went down at 8 o'clock. Would you agree? It went down 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Look at what stocks did. At Okay, also 8 o'clock it went down as well. Okay, so it's the same time, but you can see Bitcoin actually even at 7:59. Look at the bottom here, 7:59. It's already showing a little bit of the going down. Look at what US 500. US 500 is S&P 500. In 59, S&P 500 is still giving a green candle. Wow, that's life changing already. Why is it life changing? That means you can look at Bitcoin to see what happened to the rest of the thing. I make a lot of money, you know, 200,000 pounds, 100,000 pounds by doing this small thing. Or even, what do you mean? Look, Bitcoin is coming down. Look at what happened to Bitcoin going up a little bit, coming down. Look at what happened to S&P 500. Oh, sorry. Let's go at Bitcoin first. Bitcoin is stagnant, coming down straight away. US 500, you see, still green. But later on, it's going to end in red. Because if Bitcoin is ending red, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, let's see if this end is red. If this end is red, that guy's later on is going to end in red. It's a little bit slow. There's a bit of delay, but you can see it. This is really interesting. I was doing this on cattle. I was doing this on coffee. I look at Bitcoin dropping. Coffee hasn't dropped. 5 minutes later, coffee started to drop. 5 minutes later, cattle started to drop. Yeah,
So
incredible.
basically, Raven, basically, this is our indicator on most of the
Yeah, Bitcoin
trades
can
that
be
we
the
do.
indicator. So that means if you can know when is Bitcoin gonna be bottom, chances are that means if Bitcoin fall, your stock is gonna fall. Okay, if Bitcoin falls, the stock is gonna fall. Okay, so
Okay.
if you see that Bitcoin is falling, the rest is not falling, you'll be like, it's okay. Yeah, because stock is eventually is gonna fall. You can like start shorting stuff. Yeah. So that's literally what happened. And if I show you a little bit more, you can see here 728. Did you see that? 728. Bitcoin show a red candle. Can you see? 728 at the bottom. Did
Yeah.
you see it? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
728. Let me show you what I'll do the S&P 500. 728. Can you see S&P 500 do a green candle?
Green.
It's crazy. Is it crazy?
Yes, it is
Why?
crazy.
Why is it crazy?
It- I mean, the Bitcoin, knows, I mean, all the stocks gonna be joining Bitcoin if it's going
Exactly.
up or going down. So that's the
Exactly.
main
So
indicator.
in order to you know whether it's like tomorrow what's gonna happen, just look at Bitcoin. And the next minute you know what's gonna happen to those stocks. So it's actually insane. Most people don't know about this stuff. I pay 1.2 million pound my money and learning from top traders around the world, interviewing Jensen Huang every year, interviewing Tim Cook, learn from Elon Musk. A lot of these powerful people I always see to learn about this powerful stuff that no one told us. Yeah. So let
Yeah.
me show you again what happened to Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin is showing, let me give you another one. Can be anything really. Can you see this? 615. What Bitcoin is showing you? Red
Yeah.
coming down. Can you see?
Yeah, red candle, yeah.
Yeah, red candle coming down like that. And you'll be like, oh, should I do S&P 500? You're not sure. Should I show S&P 500? You're not sure. But you look at Bitcoin is coming down already. And you go to S&P 500. Oops, 615. Where is 615? Yeah, so
Yeah.
650 is kind of just, yeah, it's kind of just right here. You can see that's very, very timing, very, very nice timing. So it's actually very, very similar. Let's go to Bitcoin then, 615. The timing is 615. Yeah, 614 here, 615. Okay, both are very similar. Let's do another one. Let's do, let's do, where does the bottom comes? Okay, let's do this one. Yeah, because it went up and suddenly came back down. So this one is 232. Okay. Bitcoin crashing at 232. Yeah, 1432. Can you see at the bottom? Yeah,
Yes, I can see that, yeah.
232. So you go to S&P 500. Let's see what happened. 232 Bitcoin started to crash like the world never seen before. So this is what happened to S&P 500. Not yet. I think it's probably, yeah, it's here. It's still in the
It's
green
32,
candle.
Raven.
Yeah, it's still in green candle. So this one it delays for some time. But you know already, wow, Bitcoin already crashing big time. Every minute Bitcoin crash, 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 crash. And this guy go up a little bit. Eventually, it came back down. Let me show you what happened to Bitcoin. So this guy was going up a little bit, faking it out because the market just opened. So a lot of orders coming in. So it went up like that. Let me show you what happened to Bitcoin. 232. Bitcoin was like, excuse me, is none of my business. Bitcoin was like, excuse me, it's none of my business. And Bitcoin keep crashing. And S&P 500 was going up a little bit, continue for 5, 10 minutes. When there's no more orders coming in and they crash down. And it crashed down big time. And eventually everything crashed down. So this
Yeah.
is why write that down. Bitcoin is actually a leading indicator. I told you many times in the weekly call. Sometimes
Yeah.
Facebook is the same as well. So sometimes you don't know, oh Raymond, what should I do now? I'm scared. This is it. You will be like, wow, I wish I could have known this long time, long time ago. So look at Bitcoin now at what? 2007. Okay, 2007, Bitcoin started to crash. So you go to US 500, 2007. Let's see. So probably very similar. So you'll be like 2007, you don't know what to do. 06, okay, 07 a little bit here. Okay. A little bit like that. So no, so now I think it's the end of the day, so things a bit stable, but Bitcoin will always be a little bit faster than the rest of many things. It's even faster than, let's see, what else do we have? What about sometimes even faster than goals as well.
So
Okay.
this could be, the indicator for the day trader then,
It's not
if
just
they
day
never.
trading though. It's not just day trading. Is swing tradings as well. So if you
Yeah.
know that Bitcoin keeps going down, that's fine. Yeah, not just day trading, even all types of trading. Let me see. Hmm. 207, Wall Street, US 500, Germany 207, FTSE, Japan, Russell 2000, France 40, Volatility Index, Hong Kong, US Pound, Australia. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I was doing this. I was doing this to make a lot of money. I was shorting. Today I was shorting cattle. Let me show you some cattle trade. This is just on my small account. Not cattle. What is it called? Coffee.
Coffee.
Just on my small account. I was like, when should I add position? When should I add position? Let me show you properly. So that's kind of what happened. I have lots of different accounts. This is one of the smaller account. So you can see, Raven, how did you add position right at the top here? Let me remove everything so you can see. It will be only something only God can do. People will be like, oh, Darren, only God can do this. I was like, what do you mean? You can see where I put a position. I didn't put the position anywhere. There's no position anywhere. All the five position was just at the top here. You can see be doing at the top and markets drop. Some people like Raven, how did you make that happen?
That's what a question I'm gonna ask you, in my question when I book when I book, the this one-to-one. I said in my question in there, where are you gonna put, your call and then something like that.
We're gonna what? Where you gonna what?
Where are you gonna put, your call, to put, the trade in there. So that's why I asked in there why you did put
Exactly.
your call
Have
in
a
there.
guess. I'm gonna wait for you. Have a guess. How does that happen? I'm gonna go to the toilet. Have a guess. So how does that even
There's there is only three guesses that I have in my mind. One, the first one, of course, the pronouncement of Trump. Second is the bullion, and then the third is the Bitcoin.
Awesome. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So I didn't look at any announcement of Trump today. So let me just show you what happened. Okay. So you're absolutely right. So the price was going higher and higher. So there are chances that it might go all the way high to the top. You never know when it's going to stop. So first is the normal strategy where I look for a resistance line. I look for, okay, where is it going to stop? So I'm going to remove everything. So let's pretend you were here, okay? You were here. You will be like, okay, when should I short cattle? You know that you should short it because we want the things to go down. So let's see. Let's see. So you want to find the support lines or resistance lines. So I will be like, wow, this could be one line here, okay? That at the top. So there can be a resistance line because there's a peak of volume there, okay? And then so there's a resistance line. Would you agree with the first one?
Yeah, yeah.
Resistance line. Just so that means that this price could have come up here, 286. It could have come up,
Yes.
okay? Because it's a resistance line. Obviously, it can come to up here as well. But it's unlikely, okay? Very unlikely to come up there. But this is also quite unlikely, but pretend if he did, okay? So what if he didn't? I want to try to find the second one. So if it didn't come up here, I want to find the second one. So I'm trying to find another resistance. So I look at the volume a little bit just to see if there's anything just close to this. So out of so many, I found, did I find anything? Let me see. Okay, let's see. Okay, there are some quite a high volume here. Okay, there's some high volume here. So potentially this could be, whoops, potentially there's a high volume here. This could be another resistance line. Okay, this is just at 383. There's a high volume here, 383. Let me just draw the volume here a little bit. Okay, around there. Actually, high volume there, 380 actually. Yep, at 380. Okay, just around there. So this could be another one just at 380. Okay, let's see if there's another one. There's a high volume here. There's something going on. So what is going on here? It stops there. Cool. And then since I was here, obviously the next automatic resistance line that we have will just be around here as well. Okay, so it's a zone. Okay, first one is from the volume spike from before, which is the arrow there, which is here. Okay, volume spike. I look at the very high volume. It's more likely going to come back. The first part. The second, I look at the one before. There's another high kind of volume here. There's a resistance line here because this is the top.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is most likely gonna turn. But there are chances that sometimes it wouldn't turn though. Sometimes it wouldn't turn. So I need a lot of confirmation. I don't just take one confirmation. I need a lot of confirmation. The second confirmation that we always use is a volume. So I'm looking for a reversal pattern, a spike of volume. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I will have to wait on 1 minute chart. I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then there are some spike of volume, highest volume just right here. Okay. Can you see the highest volume just at the top here?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, very high volume. So I will say that, oh, that's a sign for reversal. There's a sign of reversal. It will be nice for it to turn straight away, but sometimes things doesn't turn straight away. It takes time. So that's kind of what happened. And it takes time to turn. So I started to add a little bit of position there because it takes time to turn. I add a little bit to a little bit. So let me show you my position. So that's where I start to add position. Where is it? Show you my position. Yeah, a little bit there. I mean, there's a spike of, okay, there's a first spike of volume here. I started to add position here. Okay. There's a first spike of volume. I will do the resistance lines at the top. And then the next spike of volume, I will be like, wow, this is it. There's a spike of volume there. So, and then I started to add position here. Because the first one, when I add position, it goes against me a little bit. So it makes people a bit scared. But as long as I see some red candle, I started to add position here. I add position here, I add position here. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened. But I don't just use this. This is not the only thing. So volume helps me a lot, obviously. Let's look at some other one that also helps me other than volume. Let's put a Bollinger Band a little bit. B. Okay, I didn't really use Bollinger Band at that moment, so that's fine. And the next one that I use is what I just told you here. I usually only tell students on the elite training, my elite lifetime training, the highest level training. But I'm going to show you as well. So you can see during this time when the things is going up, when we are at 1536, okay, 1536, even when it's starting to go up, let me show you what Bitcoin is doing. 1536. What happened to my phone? Recently recharging. 1536 on Bitcoin. 1536. Let's see what's going on. 15. Okay, Bitcoin is already dropping like that. 15. Okay, 36. Where is 36? 1536. So Bitcoin, not sure if this is the right one. 15 or 15, I put 17. Sorry, let's go back to
Yeah, yeah.
15. 16, 15. Yeah, we are just here. So Bitcoin has already shown 36. Okay, cool. So you can see Bitcoin was before were already showing me things is coming down before. Okay. I know that Bitcoin has been crashing. Coffee is the only one that's going up. I was like, how is that even possible? Because when one crash, the whole thing crashed. So I was like, how is that even possible? This is coffee at the moment. So I was like, wow, how is that even possible? So seeing that Bitcoin has been crashing since ever, and it's been going down before. So hence I have the, a lot of our students on the proper trainings as well, they go and click it and they put a lot of positions where is it just on there. Okay, this is kind of even in 31 it's already started to going crazy, so it's just a sign, it's going to come down soon. It's not going to be going up massively, so we added some positions a little bit there, dollar cost averaging our position there, and you will see that's the position that we are doing right there. Okay. This is in 3 hours time. We make around five now, just around some money just right there. Yeah. So in my bigger account, I put a lot more, making a lot more money. So I also have lots of trades that's running so on my bigger account. So that is what happened. But do you need to know any of that? It is helpful, but it's not a necessity to memorize any of that. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you right now when is the best time to buy and sell.
Right. Okay.
Cool. What do you think?
That's pretty good. This one is, like that's the question that I'm gonna need to ask, you know, during this call as well. Because when you send me, those messages that it said, put it on this. I think the first one that you send is like, that's the time I've um put a deposit on, but unluckily, it didn't go through.
Okay, that's fine. Eventually.
It's not my day, I said.
Try again and see what they say. Yeah. Or really maybe they haven't taken for your money yet and stuff like that. Give it a try.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you told me it's 378. That's the time, that I
Cool. Let's have a look. Now, questions. Knowing this, how can we make a lot of money now? Let me show you. So you want to know when the Bitcoin is gonna be bottoming. So let's have a look. Bitcoin is gonna be bottom when the volume spike. So let's see how is the Bitcoin volume going on. Okay, let me show you what do you mean by volume spike. The last time Bitcoin actually bottom is when people are scared. So look, went down, went down, went down, went down. So this is the opposite. Bitcoin is at the bottom. When is this? This is 88. Okay, let's do another one. Yeah, there's a volume spike kind of here. Bitcoin went down, massive volume spike, went back up. Let's do another one, a clearer one. A little bit of a spike here at 89. It went down, it spiked up at 89. Yeah, and then it went up massively since. Let's do another one. This is back testing. This is very important. If you want to become a great trader, you must do this. Let's see what's the next one to look at. You will be like, wow, when is it the bottom? Went down, massive spike. Can you see? And you can buy
Mm.
here, and it went up massively. It's like a magic. Are you seeing it?
Yes, Robin. Yeah, yeah.
Look, went down, massive spike. Can you see the spike just at the bottom, almost at the bottom here? And it went up massively ever. So another one. So we want to back test it to see if the volume is powerful before we do it. So similar here, it's been coming down. There's a spike here, spike here, spike here, three spike. Very nice spike. This is 1 minute chart. You can do 5 minutes, 1 hour, and it went up massively. Similar here, went down. You'll be like, where's the bottom? That's the bottom. A lot of people are buying. It went up massively. Yeah. Cool. Went down massively. Wow, crazy. Free money for you. And like that. And it went up like really nicely. So when this one has a peak of volume, that is where you go in to put the trades that we want you to put. Okay. So that's kind of what happened. Yeah. So that's what kind of happened. So what we're waiting for even? We are waiting for a few things. First, we're waiting for the VIX to come to the top, which is just here. VIX has to come to the top. So we're not there yet. When it's at the top, you can start buying things. You book for your one-to-one, we start buying things. Write it down. The next time when you book for your one-to-one is when it's at 25. Just write it down. Book a call and we'll do some live trades together. Is at 25. So we're just waiting for that at the moment. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
waiting time. That's really, really powerful and nice. So that's what happened. Cool. And when the market valuation or Morningstar also has to be at -10. That's why we will put on to go on some trades. Make sense?
Yes, makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So, do you have any questions for me?
I think you've answered them all, Robin. Those
Yeah.
things.
Very, very powerful questions. So how do you feel so far? Avin?
Well, really, really, of course, edgy to put a trade because it's the first time, but as what you said, you need to be patient.
Exactly. Exactly. And the
Put
time
it at the right time and the right
Exactly,
place, and
exactly.
then
Let's say
yeah.
you really want to do something. Okay, I'm going to give you some homework. So I want you to do on your real account, real life account. I want you to go in to put a position on the pending order. You put out 10% of your position on pending order on this at the price of 31st of July. Okay, show me the position after. Okay, put 10% of your position, whatever that is. Where do you put it? I reckon you need to put it on ISA 212 account. Okay, ISA
I said two
212
and two.
account. Yeah. Okay, just put 10% of your position in. Put good till cancel. So just let it run.
Right, okay. So that's in the SP 500 then.
Yes.
It's not BUAA.
Both is acceptable. On your S&P 500, you can do VUA or IGUS. Both is acceptable. Okay?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Because pound and things right now is kind of going sideways. Okay. Pound is kind of going sideways for quite some time against dollar. So yeah, both is acceptable. Yeah.
Right.
Give
Okay.
it a try. Cool. How do you feel, Alvin?
Oh, very relieved now. At least, I've got, those strategies that you, especially in the Bitcoin wise. But because on our Tuesday call, um, I've got some notes about those, but Bitcoin is not there. It's the Meta one and the
Yeah.
Nvidia, who's the main indicator as well sometimes,
Exactly. You can see there's a fake breakout on Bitcoin since, 20 of 27, 2027. Let's look at SP 500. The fake breakout on Bitcoin, 2027, you know, kind of just around here, six around just there. So when our little bit just right there as well. Yeah, let's go Bitcoin one more time. Yeah, especially the beginning of the time where because there's such a big spike going on S&P 500 just going up. You can see this is going up like that, Bitcoin going up like that. So when do you think Bitcoin is going to keep going higher and higher? I personally think it's going to keep going higher and higher if we see a peak of volume or when the
volume.
volume is really low to the point where we can't extend. So these are all the fake one. Okay, eventually it's gonna come back. So these are all the fake ones. So that's absolutely fine. We're just waiting for the volume. Look at the wait for the volume spike, etc. And then that will be the time. You can see Bitcoin is going up now like that. And yeah, let's see S&P 500 just like that. Should be very similar now. Yep, doing that. Can you see the crash here happened on 2022 and here 2022, 2023, like that, going on just like that. Yeah. So one is kind of related to each other like that, like that. This date is 920s, 1928, US 500, 1928. Yeah, still a green candle when they already show a red candle. So you'd be like, wow. So what's the point of you sharing this? Wow. Let me tell you what's the point. The point is when things is at the bottom big time, okay, so there's a fake out. There's no volume to support it. It's interesting. It's been consolidating around this level, but there's no volume to support it. So that's kind of what happened. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let me know when the VIX reaches 25. Text me immediately. Hey, Raven, let's book a emergency call and then we can do the call and take it from there. All right.
Yeah. All right, Ruben. Yeah, I will.
Awesome. Well done. How do you feel?
Oh, very good. Now I feel relief now because at least, I've got some more powerful strategies that I've noted now. So I will
Nice.
add up, to my notes and then,
Awesome. Awesome. Whenever you do live trades, remember always do it together. Okay.
yes,
You
we
too.
do. Yeah.
Take care now. Bye bye.